So hello everyone, good afternoon. Guys, we are back with the 15 questions which are discussed and they are very important because it includes the set of PYQs. That means I'm talking about previous year questions and also it includes the set of the most expected questions. So it's the day 9 here and here we'll be discussing the 15 high yielding NCERT PYQs. So let's start with the day 9. What is the first question of the day? The first question is, total internal reflection occurs when a ray of light travels from a denser medium to a rare medium and the angle of incidence is greater than the dash. So guys, for total internal reflection to occur, there are two conditions are to be met. The first condition is the ray of light must travel from the denser to the rare medium, and the second is here. So please answer me. What do you think should be the correct answer? And all the candidates who are present in the class, I'll just request everyone to start answering. And also, wherever you have any doubt or queries, you can just let me know. Okay. So here, Acha, you have doubt here. No worries. I am there. No worries. Guys, whenever someone is asking about the TIR, please remember the first condition is ray of light must travel from denser to rare medium. That's the condition number one. And the second condition is angle of incidence must be greater than critical angle. And the second statement was mentioned here. So here the angle of incidence must be greater than the critical angle and hence we can say option number C is the correct answer. Now what are the applications of the same? The applications are the brilliance of diamond or we can say shining of the diamond, the formation of the mirage, and also optical fiber cables works on the same principle. So yes, here C was the correct answer. What about next? So the next question is, according to the Joule's law of heating, the heat generated in a conductor resistance R carrying current I for the time t is proportional to what? So guys, if you are aware of Joule's law of heating effect, you can clearly and easily give the answer. According to the Joule's law of heating effect, we have this formula where if you will just check the relation between the heat and current, you'll find it's the square of the current. So that's not current I, that will be the square of current. That is option number B is going to be the correct answer. Got it? So here, that's okay. So that would be the I square and the relation between with the resistance will be directly proportional and similarly with the time also it will be directly proportional. Okay, so according to Joule's law of heating effect, that's the formula H is equal to I square RT. What are the applications? Electric iron, heater, toaster, electric fuse wire. So all those locations where heat is used for the formation of heat, sorry, for the it is actually used. So here we can just talk about the electric iron because electric energy was converted into the heat energy there, because of which we were able to iron our clothes, right? So that's done. What is the next question? Which law is used to determine the direction of the induced current in a conductor moving in a magnetic field? In short, it's talking about electric generator, right? Now, here most of the candidates have the confusion, but do not worry. I'm here. I'll explain you. Guys, Fleming's left-hand rule is actually applicable for electric motors. Please note it down. It's very important. Fleming's left-hand rule is valid for electric motors, whereas Fleming's right-hand rule is valid for electric generators. And since it is asking about the electric generator, we'll go with option number D. Do not go with A, otherwise you will be wrong. Okay, so what is the answer? For electric generator, right hand rule will be the correct answer. Next. So it's used in AC/DC current generators and electromagnetic induction. Fleming's left hand rule is used for electric motors, or we can say force direction. So yes, here option number D was the correct answer. Next. If the distance between the 2 points, point masses is halved, the gravitational force of attraction between them will change by the factor of dash. Now guys, what is universal law of gravitation? So universal law of gravitation is applicable for all those objects which have their own mass, and this was given by Newton, and according to him, force is directly proportional to the product of the masses, and this force is inversely proportional to the square of distance between them. What is the formula? The formula is F is equal to G m1 m2 upon r square. So it's saying that if the distance is halved, so if the distance is halved, what's the relation? 1 upon r square, so it will be 1 upon 2r square. That is 1 upon 4r square. So guys, since it is r, so it will be halved, so r by 2, so this 4 will go on the top, so it will become 4 times, and that 4 times is here. So it will increase 4 times, and yes, option number A is going to be the correct answer. So A is the correct answer here. And guys, if your basics are clear, you can take on each and every answer, but you need to clear your basics first. Next, in which of the following media does sound travel with the highest velocity at the room temperature? So for the sound, we know the sound travels fastest in the solid medium, then the sound will be slower in the liquid and slowest in the gaseous state. In the gaseous medium. So pure distilled water, that's the liquid, air, that's gas, solid iron, that is steel, that's solid, and sound doesn't travel in the vacuum, we know that. So vacuum cannot be the answer. But out of these three options, solid is on the top, liquid will be the second part, and in air it will be slowest. It cannot travel through vacuum. But what will be the answer? The answer will be option number C. Right? Perfect. What about next? When an iron nail is dipped in the blue copper sulfate solution, the blue color fades to light green. What is the chemical cause? Oxidation of copper to copper oxide, no. Displacement of copper by iron forming ferrous sulfate, that's true. So guys, this is the displacement reaction in which the more reactive element displaces the less reactive element. And here option number B will be the correct answer. Just have a look. So that's the reaction. Fe plus CuSO4 is giving you FeSO4 plus Cu, that is brown deposit. So here iron has displaced the copper because copper is less reactive in comparison to iron. So iron is more reactive in the reactivity series, so it can displace the copper in this salt solution. Next, what is the chemical formula for plaster of Paris obtained by heating gypsum at 100 degrees centigrade? You have four options. So guys, here the first option belongs to gypsum only. Gypsum's formula is CaSO4.2H2O, but for plaster of Paris it's CaSO4.half H2O. That is option number D is the correct answer. Next, according to Henry Moseley's modern periodic law, physical and chemical properties of elements are the periodic function of their dash. So guys, in the Mendeleev's periodic table, atomic mass was used, but in the modern periodic table, we are going with the concept of atomic number. So all the elements are actually arranged in the increasing order of its atomic number, and in this case, the option number A will be the correct answer, right? So yes, it's dependent upon the atomic number, so it's in the way hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, sodium, and so on. So guys, that is the sequence order, and atomic number is equal to the number of protons, and if electrons are neither taken nor given, that will be equal to the number of electrons as well, right? Okay, next, the alkaline hydrolysis of an ester during sodium hydroxide, using sodium hydroxide to yield sodium salt of fatty acid and alcohol is called what? So is it esterification, saponification, hydrogenation, or hydration? So guys, here what will be the answer? The answer will be saponification. That's the formation of the soap basically. So yep, that's the reaction. So it produces soap, that is sodium potassium salts of long chain fatty acids, and that's the reverse of esterification reaction. In the past class, in the last class only, we have discussed about esterification. Now this is saponification, which are just opposite to each other. Next, rainwater is classified as the acid rain when its pH value drops below dash. Is it 7, 5.6, 6.5, or 4? So guys, if the pH value is lesser than 5.6, the rain is said to be acidic rain. Now what is the main reason of this acid rain? That's SO2. So SO2, it's released by factories, and when it reaches the atmosphere, it reacts with the water, and that water is now sulfuric acid. So when this rain comes down, it comes in the form of sulfuric acid. So there are certain issues because of these rain. So you can talk about the issue with the flora fauna. It is also depleting some of the marble monuments like Taj Mahal, and that's known as marble cancer. So it damages the aquatic life, marble monuments, and soil fertility. And also NOx gases, when they are released, they form nitric acid basically. Now guys, this was about chemistry. Before moving forward with the bio, guys, you can also give your test using the Oliveboard's platform. How? You can just type Oliveboard here. When you will search Oliveboard, the first thing that pops up, click on it. So yes, since Raksha Bandhan festival is here, so there's a special offer for you all. You can use the code Rakhi to get any of the SSC course subscription. 51% off will be there. So you'll have live courses, live practice sessions, class notes for revision, and rest. Guys, here I was talking about the test. So if you want to go with the test, you can just slide it. In the extreme end, you will find SSC Super Practice Toolkit. So here we have 1000 plus test. Now in order to give this test, you can just take it. I've already told you about the coupon code. Now here you'll get all the subjects: general knowledge, general awareness, English, reasoning, quant. You can even give subject wise test, topic wise test also. You can also give L1, level 2, level 3 previous year questions, most repeated questions. All these tests are available. So these are more than 1000 tests, and they will be sufficient for examination if you're practicing them in the better way. So first of all, complete a syllabus, right? Whenever your 60 to 70% syllabus is completed, you can start giving the complete mock test. But yes, topic wise test will be helpful just after reading any of the chapter. So now let's go with the bio. What's the question? The question is, in the human nephron, high pressure filtration of the blood occurs in which cup shaped structure enclosing the glomerulus? Is it Bowman's capsule, loop of Henle, collecting duct, or distal convoluted tubule? So in the human nephron, guys, nephrons are the filtration units, right? So they are present in the millions, but I want this answer from you people. So what will be the answer, guys? What do you think? What should be the correct answer? No one? Okay. So guys, in this case, what will be the correct answer? The correct answer will be a Bowman's capsule. Now let me explain you what is it. Bowman's capsule is double-walled cup surrounding the network of capillaries. If I talk about ultrafiltration, so that takes place in the glomerulus. So it filters glucose, amino acids, salt, and urea from blood plasma. Proteins and blood cells remains in the capillaries. Okay. Next, which plant hormone synthesizes the shoot tip and promotes cell elongation, causing the plant stem to bend towards the light? That is phototropism. Is it gibberellin, ethylene, abscisic acid, or auxin? Guys, all these four are the plant hormones, right? One by one, let's understand about it. First of all, gibberellin. It breaks dormancy. What it does, that breaks dormancy, and it also helps in flowering. Ethylene is actually the gaseous hormone, and that's involved in the ripening of the fruits. It helps in the ripening of the fruits. Abscisic acid, abscisic acid, it keeps the seed in in the dormancy phase, so it keeps or maintains dormancy. What about auxin? So auxin helps in the elongation. So the question was asked here: which plant hormone synthesizes the shoot tip and promotes cell elongation, causing the plant stem to bend towards the light? It is phototropism. Guys, that is auxin. So auxin, along with the cytokinin, it helps in the cell elongation. So what is the answer? D will be the correct answer. So you can just click on D as the correct option, and that's the perfect one. Next. So auxin, synthesized at shoot tips, diffuses to shade side of the stem. It causes cells on shaded side to grow longer, bending shoot towards the light. Abscisic acid acts as a growth inhibitor, or I can say it maintains the dormancy phase. Next, what is the next question? Next one is, in the human heart, oxygenated blood returning from the lungs via pulmonary veins enters which specific chamber first? So you have four options. Tell me what should be the correct answer. So by the time you're giving answer, let me apply one of the animation so that it will be clear to you all via that animation part. Okay. So we can go with the animation, but before this you need to understand our heart has 4 chambers. This is right portion, this is left portion. So we can write it here also. That's right atrium, this is right ventricle, this is left atrium, and this is left ventricle. Fine. So yes, deoxygenated blood actually enters from vena cava. Once it reaches right atrium via tricuspid valve, it reaches right ventricle. From right ventricle, blood reaches the lungs, right? When we breathe in, so there's the oxygen which gets mixed up with the blood. From there, the blood reaches the left atrium. So that's the first point where the oxygenated blood is actually received. Then from left atrium to left ventricle, and finally via aorta, the oxygenated blood reaches the whole body. So what is the correct answer? The correct answer is left atrium here. But I want to show the animation. So just give me 1 minute. Let me check if I can use that animation. As that's the animation by which we can understand how blood actually flows. Just have a look. So here you'll find this is the human body where this is the heart that is beating. So here we have the arteries, this red one structure, and we have the blue structure that is your veins, right? Now here the arteries are the ones which are carrying the oxygenated blood and veins carries the deoxygenated blood. Here we have the heart. If I'll just try to open it, you'll have 4 chambers, right? This is the right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, left ventricle. Just see how blood is actually moving here. So blood enters via superior vena cava to right atrium. This is the valve, that is tricuspid valve opens up. Blood reaches right ventricle. From here, blood will reach the pulmonary artery. Once the blood reaches the pulmonary artery, here the blood will reach to the lungs. From here, the oxygen will be mixed up. So the oxygenated blood will enter the pulmonary veins via pulmonary vein to left atrium. That was the oxygenated blood, and finally the left ventricle. From here, blood via aorta will reach the whole part of the body. So where oxygenated blood first came, the first location at which oxygenated blood came first was left atrium. That's why left atrium was the correct answer. And yes, the circulation takes place twice. So we have double circulatory system here, and all the oxygenated blood from the heart towards the body is carried by arteries, and the veins are the ones which carries deoxygenated blood towards the heart. So that's all from this animation part. I guess you have loved this animation. Tell me, if you want these type of animations, you can just let me know in the comment section. I can bring these type of animations daily. I have lots of animations, but you need to tell me about the same. Okay, so now guys, that's done. We can proceed with our questions now. So what was the answer? In this case, the correct answer was left atrium, right? Next, so pathways, lungs, then pulmonary veins, left atrium, left ventricle, aorta, which is the largest artery. Acha, you need to remember this. It is asked in the examination, which is the largest artery. Aorta is basically the largest artery. Aorta is the largest artery. So left atrium receives oxygenated blood from the lungs. Deoxygenated blood enters the right atrium via vena cava. That's done. Next, what is the next question? In Mendel's dihybrid cross experiment involving two pairs of contrasting traits, that is round yellow, wrinkle green, what is the phenotypic ratio on F2 generation? I have explained about 3:1 in the last class, but now this is important one. So Gregor's Mendel's experiment, P experiment, is very famous, and that's important one for examination too. Here the answer will be 9:3:3:1. So F2 phenotypic ratio 9 round yellow, 3 round green, 3 wrinkled yellow, and 1 wrinkled green. That is 9:3:3:1. So it demonstrates the law of independent assortment, and monohybrid F2 phenotypic ratio is 3:1. We have discussed about this 3:1 in the past class. Okay. What's the final question of the day? The phenomena where progressive accumulation of non-biodegradable toxic chemicals like DDT increases at successive trophic levels is called what? So is that eutrophication, biodegradation, biological magnification, or thermal pollution? Your four options. What do you think should be the correct answer? Now guys, in this case, eutrophication, biodegradation, biological magnification will be the correct answer, right? And here, biological magnification, so non-biodegradable pesticides cannot be metabolized and accumulate up the food chain. So it is found at the top trophic level. Eutrophication is the enrichment, nutrient enrichment leading to algal blooms in water bodies, and that's also known as dying of the lakes, right? So that's all from my end, guys. Where you will find this PDF? So PDF along with the detailed solution, you can take it from the Oliveboard's website, and also you can take this PDF from my Telegram channel. So I'm just uploading this PDF. You can just revise it. So thank you guys for being such a wonderful audience. We'll meet in the next class. Till then, bye bye guys. Take care. Jai Hind. And for the examination, all the very best. Please take care. I'm just uploading the PDF with the detailed explanation. Please keep them safe. Please revise it, and in the examination at the last moment, these will be very helpful. Okay. So take care guys. Just uploading the PDF. Take care guys. Bye bye.